What's up, y'all? It is an honor to be here with you guys on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys so much for clicking on the video and seeing what this one's all about. And let me tell y'all, this one, I'm not throwing any shade. I'm not firing any shots. I'm just simply laying out the facts. You guys want to hear some facts? We're gonna have a hilarious time laying out some facts right here. This is just how it is. In case you guys haven't noticed, I put a playlist out on JO Entertainment of us making original rhythms. That's right, we make like these original songs, and it's a very cool thing to do. It's a blessing. And there's a playlist we established. And what I do is I put like albums out on it of about 10, 12 songs each. And they're just instrumental rhythms for people to enjoy. And I hope people enjoy them. When I established the original rhythms playlist on JO Entertainment, we seem to have lost a subscriber immediately. Yeah, I don't know if that was a coincidence or what, but one just couldn't hang around no more. I was like, yeah, I just couldn't. They're like, it was immediately. They didn't even stick around to find out what it was about, so I put the playlist on at 10 and they left at 10:30, so but anyway, on that playlist there's an album with instrumental tracks on it called A Million Miles, and the Million Miles story behind it is it's kind of just the stages of life, you know. That's kind of what it's all about. The song starts kind of slower, picks up a little more, goes about medium speed, and then slows down, kind of like the rhythm of life does, if you ask me. And with that being said, I want to do a little bit of comedy about the stages of life with you guys. But I'm not gonna lie, I wrote a few things down for this one. And we're mainly focused on the olden and golden, okay? It's the oldie goldies here. We got any of our respected elders here? Like I say, man, I'm not one of those teens that are like, I can't stand to hang around old folks. No, I love old people, man. I love to hear their stories. They come from a time before I was even thought of. They've probably actually seen snow in the South, you know? So I love old people, especially grandparents, man. Grandparents are great. I've done an act on grandparents before. I mean, I'm just telling y'all, and me being the only child that I am, I own Toys R Us, okay? Toys R Us actually shut down in our area. And I found out that was probably because my grandma gave them enough money to pay all of their employees and fund their business that they could close down and just live the rest of their life worry financial free, okay? So financially worry free. So that's probably why I own Toys R Us. My whole house probably looked like Toys R Us when I was younger. So grandparents are great. They sure know how to feed you too, yeah. Like a piece of pie every meal. Grandparents are great. But anyway, the stages of life, man. You start off as a little kid and you ain't got much to worry about there, man. I remember being a little kid. And the only thing I was worried about was what toy was going to be on the Walmart aisle. So it's a lot of fun there. You get into the teen stage, which is obviously the stage I'm in now. You have a few problems. You deal with some problems, man. Yeah. It's when things start getting a little more complex. You start looking at life a little differently. You start praying and planning about your future. Yeah, got a lot of worries, like acne. It's not a topic I like to talk about, but a lot of teens suffer with it. and it has hit me in a stage of my life. I mean, this doesn't happen on its own, so sometimes I still battle with it. So at the time I was battling with it, the doctor had given me this prescription of acne medicine, and I was putting it on every night like it said to do, and it didn't seem to work. I mean, nothing would cure this stuff. I mean, I put the exact amount it wanted me to, a piece size on your finger and rub it on there. It just didn't work. And I told the doc over a Zoom call, I said, I think I need a little stronger acne. And he was like, a little stronger acne medicine? Got it. So he sends it to my pharmacy over at Kroger. And I get it. And I put it on my medicine cabinet top. And I use it right before I go to bed. And when he said this is a stronger kind of acne medicine, he was not lying. This acne medicine was extremely strong. The kind where you put it on and it feels like your face is melting off. I'm like, what is this, a tube of sulfuric acid? What? I could put this in a car battery and let it run. So, I said cure my acne, not melt my face off. What is the deal? Dad, bring the fire extinguisher. I don't know what's going on with this stuff. I mean, I'm not kidding. I'm not whipping out. This stuff burned. My dad tried it and ran and just dumped his face in the sink. This stuff... I'm pretty sure it's what they torture the terrorists with. When they come over to our country. You're going to talk to us? You're not going to get the word out of me. Bring me the acne medicine. Okay. Please, anything but that. You can hammer my fingernails. Electrocute me or something. Put a taser to my chest. Please don't bring the acne medicine. You start getting into an adult, and things are pretty good. Lord willing, by then you've found a woman, you hope to have a family, put up that white picket fence, live the American dream. And then, as my fellow grandparents said, once you start getting older, things only get worse. You guys want to hear about the oldie goldies, the elders, who I highly respect, but these are just the comical facts. We gotta laugh at life sometimes. I mean, things start to happen. And things start to get different once you reach. Like you go to the store, instead of grabbing your buggy, you hop on your scooter. And I noticed a lot of teens have been trying to ride these scooters. That is something I would not do. These elderly people need these scooters. So I want to ask if there's any elderly people watching this and they see a teen on that, just tell them to get off, hop on the scooter, and try to run over them with it. That's what I would... Just chase them down the aisle. I mean, it'll end up on social media. Then I'll screen record it and put it on my channel. So that... Well, while these elderly people are at the store, they are like a moth to a light to the discount aisle. It starts when you're in your late 40s and it only gets worse from there. You go from spending 10 minutes on the discount aisle to 2 hours on the discount aisle. Once you get old, you go to the discount aisle, okay? And there's a big place I shop at, Walmart and Kroger, and there's a lot of differences between Walmart and Kroger's discount aisle. Walmart's discount aisle is a big giant aisle full of stuff that nobody wants. And snow chains for tires in the South. I mean, take it up to Kentucky. I know some friends up there that could use it because snow falls pretty often in the winter to cover their bluegrass. Bluegrass, get it? Yeah. But we do not need that here. It's just full of stuff nobody wants, Ugly plates, $1.50. At Walmart, they had them little yellow stickers on there. around the holidays, you have to rip that little yellow sticker off because you probably bought everything throughout the year from the discount aisle. Off the aisle of stuff nobody wants, you know? Kroger's discount aisle is like a dungeon. You go back in the back, you have to bring a lantern, for goodness sake. There's like a dog fight going on in the corner back there. People playing poker at a table. It's like, what is this back here? Stuff that's supposed to be refrigerated just chilling on the shelves there. And people buy it too. They had this like container full of all kinds of stuff. Just miscellaneous stuff. Just useless stuff, you know? Discount aisles, man, they're crazy. That elderly person gets home from the store and they drive home and they sit down and they like to talk. That's just all there is to it. And sometimes it's about pretty sensible stuff like stories from back in the day, back on the farm. But no, not always. Sometimes it's about roads and where they lead. The conversations are meaningless. I call it a dead-end road conversation. If you hop on I-16, they go a little like this. If you hop on I-16, that's going to connect you to 85. You hop off there, that leads you to Spartanburg. You hop on there, it just goes on and on and on. And eventually they get all the way to California somewhere, an hour into the conversation, and you're like, you know, there's been them wildfires in California. And I'm like, okay, the conversation gets interesting. And then they go back, you know, it's raining in Sacramento. And they start looking at their phone and looking at the weather app, just scrolling through there slowly. It's raining, yeah. It's partly cloudy in Frankfort, Kentucky. They got a chance of rain and an 85% thunderstorm in Indianapolis. I'm like, come on. They just sit there and just talk about this on and on and on. It just keeps going. And then eventually, some old people like to do things themselves. And they start to think that they don't really need the weatherman anymore. So instead of using the weatherman, they put this rock outside. I know it sounds a lot like the pioneers did. And I think there's some still running in their DNA. But they put a rock outside. And they say, this is how I tell the weather. If it's wet, it's been raining. If it's cold, it's cold. If that rock is hot, it's hot outside. If there's snow on that rock, which never in the South, it's snowing. If that rock's at a perfect temperature, I know I don't have to wear a jacket. I mean, trust me, old people get cold pretty easy. Okay? They get cold extremely easy. They see all us young people walking around and they're like, where are your jackets? Button your coats. I'm like, it is August, okay? Please. They start forgetting things. How old are you? 60-something. You quit counting once you get into your 60s. It's just something in there. They start forgetting a lot of things. When they go to brush their teeth, instead of picking up the toothpaste, they pick up the athlete's foot cream and put it on the toothbrush and start brushing their teeth. 85% of the time, they don't know that they're using athlete's foot cream, so they continue to use it for the rest of the bottle. Some people like to spare everything, you know. Some of the older people are like, look, this toothpaste, it cost me $1.85, probably $2 or $3 nowadays, and I squirt the toothpaste, and listen, if there's nothing coming out for me, if I'm squirting the toothpaste and there's nothing coming out, I just throw it away. If I'm feeling muscles to open toothpaste, I'm like, okay, that's probably enough. Now they cut the top off and just keep squirting, and this is how it is. They smell a lot of things. Y'all smell that? No, I don't smell anything. Y'all smell fire? Yes, we're sitting around the campfire. How do you... They like to do the neighborhood watch, okay? I've lived with a lot of elderly people around my area. And you talk to that elderly person, and they're like, listen, at 4 o'clock this morning, that truck went down the road and went down that road. And I believe that road leads on to 85. And if that road leads on to 85, it's going to turn off on the 70. And then that 70 is going to turn off on the I-16. I'm like, okay, I know this spiel. Let me check the weather in Sacramento. Some older people like to give you anything. If you say you like something in their house, it is in the back of your truck riding home with you. One time I told this older person, we were cleaning out their house, and they were like, well, we're about done. And I said, man, I really like that grandfather clock. A grandfather clock. And they were like, you take it home with you? I'll go get it. Put on your coat. It's July. And I'm like, no, I don't want this grandfather clock. But I don't want to say no. So it's in the back of my car going on with me. And I'm not talking, it's taller than me. It's like 8 foot tall, okay? And it is loud. And when people say that you get used to the ringing in your house, they're wrong, okay? Me and my family were just sitting down eating dinner with some friends, and all of a sudden it hit 6 o'clock. So it was like, can't even hear each other. And our friends were older, and old people have a hard enough time hearing themselves. I mean, the most common word used in an elderly person's house is, huh? Huh? What did he say? Huh? Even my parents, they're not even that old. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the most common word used in our house. If somebody watched our house as a TV show and watched it with the closed captions, I think the closed captions would have huh on it at least 85 times. Last but not least, since they can't hear, of course, they always blast the TV. And some of them don't bother to turn it down when you're on the phone with them either. Hello? And they always watch them old Western shows, Gunsmoke, Bonanza. I mean, it's so old, I probably couldn't even copyright this if I wouldn't even get a strike for this if I played the theme for you right now. Some older people love to watch The Young and the Restless, which is a very long show. We've gone from The Young and the Restless to The Old and the Feeble. It went past my grandma's lifespan. She wanted to watch it all the way to the end. It just kept going and going and going. She, unfortunately, God rest her soul, passed away before the show even ended, and it's still going. Young and the Restless to The Old and the Feeble. And when she watched it, it was loud. Okay? It was like being at a Led Zeppelin concert. The TV was up so loud. You walk in, it's like a sonic boom from a downtown airport. It's like, what? But to her, it sounded just fine. Thank you guys so much. You guys have been incredible. It has been an incredible time. Thank you guys so much. I highly respect you elders. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless.